The Disney Plus Hulu series, Good American Family, has taken the world by storm, and today at Collider, we'll go behind the scenes and uncover why this show has captivated audiences worldwide. In August 2022, Hulu announced the development of a limited series inspired by the real-life story of Natalia Grace, a Ukrainian child with dwarfism adopted by an Indiana couple who later claimed she was an adult pretending to be a child. The series, titled Good American Family, was created by Katie Robbins, with Sarah Sutherland as co-showrunner. Ellen Pompeo, known for her role in Grey's Anatomy, not only starred in the series but also executive produced it through her production company Calamity Jane alongside Laura Holstein. The pilot episode was directed by Liz Garbus, who also served as an executive producer. The series was designed to be told from multiple perspectives to reflect the conflicting narratives of its central characters. This approach aimed to explore themes of bias, perception, and the elusive nature of truth. The showrunners were hoping to challenge the audience in some way. It's what Hollywood does best: make entertainment that provokes thought and conversations while allowing storytellers to put their own spin on it. Mark Duplass, who stars as Michael Barnett, husband to Pompeo's character and father to Natalia Grace, admitted that he was skeptical when Robbins and Sutherland approached him with the idea. He said, "Look, there's a documentary, there's a movie called Orphan that has similar themes, it's been in the press. Why do we need another ripped-from-the-headline story?" But after sitting down with the co-showrunners, who presented him with the idea of the multiple perspectives to explore hidden biases, he signed on immediately. He appreciated the Rashomon style for the storytelling, where several characters recount the same event, and the differences in the story are so different that they cannot be explained, creating a mystery of sorts. And the key to this mystery is Natalia Grace. The show wouldn't be greenlit until the team cast their central role. In order to cast the most important role, production did an open casting call in both the United States and internationally. After months of searching, the team received a tape from an unknown actress in the UK. Her name was Imogen Faith Reed. Reed's compelling self-taped audition stood out, and she was chosen for her ability to portray Natalia's complex character. To authentically represent Natalia, Reed had to master an American accent and specific movement patterns. Disney hired an acting coach who helped her break down the scripts and the character of Natalia Grace. Because of the unique nature of the multiple POVs, Reed and the rest of the cast had to approach playing their characters with different characteristics to help audiences believe the many POVs and storylines that were presented. Disney also hired her a dialect coach to find her version of Natalia's American accent. Reed also did her own research on the case to understand her character's background and experiences, and had many conversations with the directors and producers to present the best version of the character. A question Reed has gotten a lot is if she reached out to the real-life Natalia Grace for research or inspiration. And the answer is no. I didn't personally reach out to Natalia, but I wanted to make sure that in my version of Natalia that I embodied such empowerment, and I made my version be seen with so much light and my voice heard, and just fight for justice, really. In order to better transform into Natalia, Reed stood by the choices presented publicly by her real-life counterpart to get a better grasp of what the situation was like. The support from her co-stars and the environment of the set helped her get to the emotional places needed to perform. Since Reed also had to portray her character at different age ranges to align with the story and the different perspectives, she worked closely with her co-stars to make sure they treated her like she was a child when she needed to be, and talked to her as an adult woman when she was aged up. Her co-star Christina Hendricks, who plays Cynthia Mans, noted that Reed had her own rhythm and her character was down by the time she came to set to film her scenes. A lot of the Emmy-nominated ensemble, in fact, would follow Reed's lead, which helped build chemistry immediately and made it easy to act alongside her. After signing on for the role of the Barnett patriarch, Duplass started his character transformation process almost immediately. Due to the multiple POVs, he found there to be a lot of latitude in exploring a unique character, unlike other roles before. He saw the character as someone with mental health issues and one that has had a tough upbringing, but trying to do their best to get it right for the next generation. These qualities are what Duplass empathized with and allowed him to really get into the psyche of his character. He also appreciated that the approach to the series was not what everyone saw about the real-life case in the tabloids and headlines. The fact that the thematic approach was "the road to hell is paved with good intentions" meant he saw his character of Michael Barnett as one with a hero complex at work. Although Michael Barnett was the only one to sell his rights to the story for the series, Duplass chose not to reach out to him for specific details and research. The most important for him was to build a character without influence from his real-life counterpart. It was very confusing to figure out how to feel about the case and align his character with the most correct interpretation, but he thanks the showrunners for helping him learn more in the small details they present. Every detail, Duplass says, from the way the characters were lit to the sound design and even the score of the series had a purpose to it. All the different nuances help support him as an actor to understand the approach to the series, and that he's just one cog in the story alongside his co-stars. Duplass admits he learned a lot on set, especially about the hero complex and the idea of righting the wrongs in the way you were raised. This proves to the audience that the show is a psychological drama and a character study, a fact that attracted Duplass to the role in the first place. Meredith Grey herself has finally taken a leave of absence from Shondaland to star in her first series outside the mega-hit Grey's Anatomy. That's right, this is Ellen Pompeo's first role outside of the show that made her a household name in almost 20 years. The actress admits that the role scared her because of the intense material and that it deals with children, especially ones who are neurodivergent and have disabilities. But the role of Christine Barnett was exactly what she was looking for after playing Dr. Meredith Grey for so many years. Pompeo also serves as a producer on the series, which was an added pressure for her. She decided not to watch the 2023 docuseries The Curious Case of Natalia Grace in preparation for her role. As a mother of 3, she instead relied on her own instincts as a mother. In real life, Christine was known for helping her autistic son thrive, despite medical advice that it was not possible. Pompeo started with this version of Christine, a mother who wanted to help her son in the face of adversity. She worked alongside the show's researcher, who provided her with hundreds of pages of background information and picked out important details that showed the perspective of a mother's love and what drives a mother to raise and support her children. One particular book she read and researched was Far from the Tree by Andrew Solomon. The book centers on parents who cope with different characteristics in their children, including dwarfism and schizophrenia. The book asks the question, how ready are you to be a parent? What happens when you don't get the child that you had expectations of getting? And how do we respond to that? She says. All these questions were important during pre-production as she crafted her own version of Christine. Pompeo never reached out to the real Barnetts either. She understands that she has to take herself to dark places when Christine begins to claim that Natalia is not a child and attempts to get rid of her. But it was important for her as an actress to do the thing that made her afraid and play someone who is not necessarily the most likable person. She thanks the cast for supporting her between takes, where she gets agitated, and she worked closely with the showrunners to understand her character's motivations in every scene and episode. Good American Family is a great example of a character-driven limited series. With the challenges of having to tell multiple perspectives, the main actors, Imogen Reed, Ellen Pompeo, and Mark Duplass, made it seem seamless yet entertaining. Thanks for watching.